There's another one, just plan B riding. Dominique's horse jumping a little left over the Jeep Oxer. Dominique staying super organized, calm. Just plan B does 7, easy as you like.
And I think, Brendan, as long as you keep enough rhythm, you never want to be running a young horse. I mean, this horse is brand new to this level. I think jumped its first 130 at Maxwell's just 2 weeks ago. So you never want to run them off their feet, start to hustle them. You mentioned that so often, not hustling the horses.
Sure.
And I think Dominique was so good there just to stay a bit wide, do the 7, much like Laura did.
Sure.
On her horse.
And then sort of, create that calmness and the confidence.
Verticals. Yeah. To double of verticals. Yeah. You can allow the horses to be careful. You know, there's not a big push out of that double or anything.
I suppose that would make it even more technical. If it was an Oxer jumping out, you'd really need momentum. I think it's still tough enough at the way that Mr. Brett Weber has pitched it this afternoon.
Just 4 horses left to go. Number 41 up next, Callagho Corrigan. Graham Wynn in the saddle for owner Martin Swanepoel.
Wow,
See, Martin's made a guest appearance here this afternoon.
You're quite distracting that he arrived. Everyone sort of disappeared.
We were supposed to have Aisling Triggle here in commentary with us for this class, but her bestie was here, so we'll forgive her.
For me, this horse just does his job exceptionally easily. And I must say, Graham is often a master on the sensitive, whatever it would be, maybe slightly bigger, slightly smaller horses. This horse looks fairly level for some of the difficult ones that Graham's had to work with.
I was just thinking the same. Like, it must be quite almost disconcerting for Graham to not have to do so much.
Yeah, he can just sort of steer his way around.
Count from 1 to 11, keep a rhythm. Much easier than his normal job. And unfortunately, that front rail is rubbed down. But Graham has already put his name down on Zambuca for the jump off.
Absolutely.
Callagho Zambuca. So we will be seeing more of him here this afternoon.
Just the way this horse canters, beautiful shape in his neck. Oh, he does look like he's got loads of jump left in him there. Exciting horse to watch for next year.
We have a fantastic vantage point of that Mother Kind Oxer from our commentary box. Emma Wales-Smith up next, riding out of the CCE equestrian setup. She rides Capital Salvador.
Another very competitive young lady. I know that at CC Equestrian, the bar's set pretty high. Oopsie. Maybe too much on the outside curve?
Perhaps. I don't know if maybe also those boxes underneath number 2 playing a role in that stop. Nails it second time round. This horse really does have big step, Brendan.
Absolutely. I think it's something that has really interested me, that it doesn't necessarily matter how big they are as long as they can step. The old saying is that if they're good enough, they're big enough. But definitely I find, I mean, even a small horse like this doesn't look like he has to put in a massive effort to make up the stride of a big horse.
No, I think this horse has found that distance from 3 to 4 the shortest out of almost anyone that we've seen so far today.
Beautiful riding.
So, little open on the 6, but holds her body so well at the double there.
I'm sure she can hear Coach Charlie in her ear.
Sit up. Sometimes I hear it all the way up the hill from my place. I'm sure you can hear across from the valley. Sit up. Let me tell you, they do, and it works for them.
Absolutely, they do, and it definitely does work. Unfortunately, not Emma's day today. 2 horses left to go in this championship class, first of which is number 43. This is Emile Egan, Afrikaard's Capital Capella. Emile has definitely been busy here, doing a heck of a lot of commentary this weekend, and now you guys get to see him in action with his fantastic mare that has been self-produced, bought off the auction and produced all the way up to open level by Emile.
So nice this morning to be in commentary with Emil, to have someone knowledgeable that actually knows what they're doing up here. Made my job very easy. I wasn't referring to you, I was referring to me, Brendan.
7.
Emil knows absolutely everything about everything when it comes to horses.
Another one that suffers from horse sickness.
Through and through. And a nice guy as well.
Just, I think passion is such a huge part of our sport, and it's something that you can't really turn off. I know it's exhausting for people that don't share the same passion for horses as we do, because it's tiring in conversation, but for the people that it's involved with, it's very intriguing.
Emil's passion is tangible. His excitement about the sport.
Yeah,
it's
agreed.
Like he sits here buzzing. Really, really cool to see, and I think his horses thrive from it.
Yeah, I think part of the buzz that he gets is from this special mare. I think if he keeps ticking away the way he has been and producing her gently like he has been, I think she's got Grand Prix written all over her. Maybe a fraction quick on the 6.
Almost did it too well.
Yeah.
Almost sort of stuck to that game plan of the inside line too well. And this mare, big stepping, big jumping. Falling victim to the front rail there at 9A. And then again at 10. Possibly getting tired towards the end of this track, Brendan. Hot day, big horse,
new
young
at the
horse.
level. Yeah, for sure.
Really smart round by Emil. I think trainer Catherine Neal will be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I agree
effort.
with you. First season in the Opens. I mean, what more could you ask for? She's shown that she's got all the attributes. Look at that slow-mo there, just jumping out the double. Makes a beautiful shape with her body. As we have last to go, number 44. This is George Perbrick. He brings in his own Calaho Conchavella.
Young George Perbrick, now a father. Small in stature, big in personality.
Very, very big and a very entertaining chap is George. Also think that the way he handles his horses is fantastic. This horse is definitely part of their family.
If you'd ever like to have one quick beer at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and go home at 4 o'clock the next morning, George is your man. He can trap you into anything, can George?
You and your rubber arm.
And he can ride a horse too.
Yeah, beautiful body control there. Good eyes. Good shot.
Short reins. Really carries his hands well.
Another one that trains out of the Charlie Crockard setup. Big effort there at the vertical.
Conchavella, another lovely son of Concoriano.
Wow, what footwork through the double of verticals there. 2 from home.
Come on, Georgie, keep it together, boy.
A little deep.
Leaves it up. Good, careful jumping by Conchavella.
Good on the clock.
Yes, Georgie. 74.14. Another one in the jump off. That makes it 15. So we have 15 clear rounds competing for 12 prizes. They're going to have to be quick, Brendan.
Absolutely.
We're going to get that list together of horses in the jump off and figure out the jump off track. Viewers, don't go anywhere. We're about to have one hell of a jump off here at Steyn City. The 334 Sport Horse Stud 130 Championship.
Well, people called me Mr.
Kentari is the head boy in my stallion barn. The way he presents himself, his mannerism, as well as the talent that he shows in the arena. Kentari is a very well-defined stallion. He's a specimen to look at. He's a very good breeding stallion in the progeny that he already has in the ground. He shows immense care, technique, and then he uses with scope as well. There's nothing to fault in this beautiful stallion, and to me he's the cover boy of our stallion group. What defines Brandon is his character. His character is a fighter, his willingness to please, and then he has the talent on top of that. He's got his care, scope, and the ability to achieve anything in this world. His character defines who he is, and I'm sure that will go forward until his foal's over. In my opinion, Balabeto is a definition of a breeding stallion. Every morning he walks out the barn and he neighs and notifies the whole yard that he is out and he is there. His presence is felt in the arena, in the yard, and everywhere he goes. He lets everyone know who he is and what he is. And he shows his talents in the arena with his care, his technique, and most of all, his scope. His presence is also felt and seen in his foals, what he is given through. We are very excited about who he is and what he's going to be breeding. And as I said, in my opinion, he is the definition of a breeding stallion. Bakwe is very intelligent and he has a strong mind. This has been very helpful in the training. He's always been a horse that's grasped everything really well and understands the work that he has to do. His confidence in himself, I'm sure, will also show in his progeny, and also we can see what it does in the ring.
It's true, I'm in love, freaking out 'cause I can't get enough. Would you stay then, keep playing right by my side, so I can hold you, you can hold me all night. I had to hit the road for more than 1,000,000 miles, more than 1,000,000 times, just to find you. Yeah, I was chasing highs in more than 1,000,000 nights, more than 1,000,000 times, but you've just turned me inside out. Inside out. More than 1,000,000 times, but you've just turned me inside out.
Welcome back, viewers. We are just about ready to kick off the 334 Sports Horse Stud 130 Championship. Just while we have a quick moment, I'd like to thank our sponsors, the CMH Group, Jeep, and Brick and Clay, Motherkind, Zumba Gold, Country Life, Top Bet, Crossover, Table Charm, 334 live streaming, Farnham, Back on Track, Western Shop, and then a massive shout out and spectators come and support our vendors, One Coffee, Orange Horse, Equestrian Diva, and Paul's Homemade Ice Cream. We're just about ready to get going here. We have 15 riders competing for 12 prizes over fences 1, 4, 5AB, 6, 9B, and 10. Our trailblazer here in the 130 Championship, sponsored by 334 Sport Horse Stud, is going to be Kirsten Winsmith on Locarno Matador.
Looks like an interesting jump off. He's set a few little tests for the riders. I think always having a true turn back in a jump off definitely tests how much people dared to turn back. I don't know if any of the viewers would remember Richard Fogel's turn back to win the last World Cup.
United Touch.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that was unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I think just, I don't know, after seeing that horse turn back, it makes me want to practice turnbacks every single day.
Oh, Matador having a little spook at the side of the school there. Unfortunately, with too early rails, this is not going to be their day for a podium today.
I thought that was quite intelligent riding from Kirsten, just taking the time there, not pressurizing the horse.
After the fact, giving the horse a little pat, rewarding the horse for not spooking. Really mature riding, really good horsemanship. I think we'd expect no less from Kirsten.
Absolutely.
After a very good first round, not paying off here in the jump off. Do still have 13 horses to go, first of which, up next, Gareth Neal, he brings in for the Callagho Warm Blood stud, Callagho Chinnigan. Would be interesting to see what his game plan is here with this horse. A young horse, not very experienced at this level, not very mileage, but jumped the first round with such ease. We were talking about it, snaffle mouth, no spurs.
I think it was, I mean, my head goes back to watching Jonathan Clark produce Hummer. And he just, from the as he went into the, well, sort of in the 110s, 120s, 130s, he was always just teaching the horse how to jump off. Not always asking the questions as far as pace goes, but definitely riding the route and being as nifty and nimble as he can. So I think sort of allowing the horse to work it out that one day he's going to be asked to do it a little bit quicker.
Keeps it very economical here, 1 to 2. Good shot.
Another beautiful shot to the double.
Horse showing up that breeding does have blood. Heartbreak on the dam side, chin chin. Horse getting a little hot on the way to number 5. Keeps it neat and tidy, back to 9B.
Now Gareth can really go. Yeah,
And
the horse is so rideable. He can dare him here at the front rail. Good shot to the last. Beautiful riding.
Textbook riding for a jump off, 42.77. It's our first clear round of the jump off, and that's the target to beat. 42.77.
And I think job well done as far as Gareth goes. I thought he put enough pressure on that young horse that he could feel like he's learnt a little bit, but definitely lots left in the tank there.
Yeah, I'll go out on a limb and say that's good enough for a top 10 finish today. Easily a top 10 finish.
Sure, agreed.
And that horse is going to leave the arena knowing he's done a good job and having gained some valuable mileage.
Mileage and full of confidence, which is where we'd like to leave these young horses.
From one Callagho horse to another, Graham Wynn comes up next with Callagho Sambuca for owner Chantal Swanepoel.
This horse caught my eye in the first class. I thought that just his technique was something to watch. Graham maybe not being as quick as Gareth through there, but wow, Sambuca really celebrating after having to try quite hard jumping that oxer.
He has really come on this season, Sambuca. Exciting to see the Samprasses moving up the grades.
Gosh,
wow,
this
how's
horse,
that oxer?
Amazing technique. Really fantastic. Good shot.
And right in saying, almost an electric expression, this horse. Like there's lots of energy about everything. Oh, fantastic at the last.
Oh, a little bit too good almost. first little mistake that horse has made today. Just jumped at the front rail, maybe a little green, jumping off that quicker pace that Graham asked him to get up to. But again, mileage, school fees.
Comes home with 4 faults and a time of 45.59. And I think, like you say, Brendan, school fees, I mean, that horse has come on tremendously this season.
Just again stretches his neck and goes out on his snaffle.
Yeah.
Looks super organized and
Probably
relaxed.
the first time in his career that he's had to move at that pace in a jump off.
For sure, over jumps that size, I would say. A horse that's definitely accustomed to be going at the pace required to be on the podium today. Next up, this is Rivervale Bonus Points and Freek van Rykeworsel.
He's quick and tight here around the Jeep. Back to the red double. Good shot. Holds his body. Go Frederick.
He's definitely got the hammer down.
I think he's up on Gareth's time.
Oh, I totally agree with you. He definitely would have been up on Gareth's time.
But you've got to leave them up.
Oh, valiant effort there.
37.67. Some 5 seconds faster than Gareth. As I mentioned earlier about Jenna Lotta bringing up Joanne and Johan over the last 20 years, we have Joanne giving us big song and dance here next to the commentary box, doing a little wriggle.
Things are really festive here at Steyn City this afternoon. Fantastic atmosphere from the crowd.
A combination that was a treat to watch in the first round. Ronnie Healy brings in Oxa van der Boothoven for owner Bronwyn Meredith de Santos.
He just looks like a Rolls Royce.
I was going to say, as we both go quiet as he jumps number 1 like that, you just think, wow.
Oh. Beautiful shape.
I mean,
easy as you like, huh? Beautiful double clear there.
other than the fact that he was 4 seconds slower than Gareth Neal, I dare you to find something that you didn't love about that round.
Yeah, absolutely.
Textbook, out of the top shelf, equitation round, a 130 track. Ronnie Healy take a bow. Oxa van der Boothoven looking an absolute picture under his new jockey.
Yeah, agreed. Looking like he really enjoyed where Ron put him there. Made his job real easy.
Gareth Neal up, Sean Neal up next. He brings up in Bokotov Kiss and Tell.
I reckon this will be speedy. Yeah, little click from Sean as he moves on there.
We mentioned second place is never the game plan for young Luca Watson. Let me tell you, Sean Neal, much the same. Loves a good win. There you go. Even saw the elbows, Brendan.
He's asking him to move up.
Keeps it tight back to 9. He's quick. He's quick. Is he going to be quick enough?
Time to beat 42.77.
Leaves it up. 39.11. Puts himself 3.5 seconds into the lead. So with 6 having started, 8 to come, our top 3 as it stands. Sean Neal, first place, 39.11. Second, Gareth Neal, 42.77. And in third place, Ronnie Healy, 46.23. In the last class, we saw the young guns showing us the way. Will Luca Dominic Watson do much the same here on Carlson 113? He sets off at a briskly pace to number 1.
Yeah, he looks like he means business here. This young 14-year-old boy. Unfortunately, just getting a little quick to number 1. Gosh, this horse jumps these jumps so easy.
He's not backing off the pace though. He's quick around here.
Definitely got his eye on some minor prize money.
moving to the last.
Definitely practicing what it's going to be like one day for sure when he leaves them all up.
39.71, but the 4 faults puts him into 5th place as it stands with 7 left to go. One of the masters up next, Gregory Scott. He brings in Camaro, and if it's anyone who knows how to win classes, it's this man.
I'm always interested to see what Greg's got in store, what's going on inside that head of his.
He looks like he's cruising along in a leisurely manner often, and then you look up at the clock and realize he's 5 seconds faster than anyone else. So good at riding very economical lines. He's not that quick here from 1 to 2, but he is tight. Oh. Unlucky back rail of 5A. Then the horse puts in a big effort at 6.
He's a fantastic horse this, I must say. I love watching him do his job.
Oh, textbook position from Gregory Scott over the last. Big pats for Camaro. Not their day today, but a fantastic round nonetheless. Come home 4 faults, a time of 44.24. Good enough for 6th place at the moment.
So at this stage, we've got Sean Neal out in front, clear around 39.11. Second place, Gareth Neal, Callagher Chinnigan, 42.77. Third place, Ronnie Healy, 46.23. And then the fastest of our 4 falters, Freek van Reykevorsel and bonus point.
Young Ashley Fox up next on her own Chianti's Touch. She's moving around from 1 to 2, nice and briskly.
Good shot.
Quick. Oh, this horse has come on so much this year.
Beautiful riding down there on the 8. For sure that was team orders.
She's been so good at stepping it up each time on landing, Brendan. The horse accelerates off her leg every time on landing.
Now go. Now go.
This is going to be close. 39.44. Just 0.3 of a second into 2nd place. She nearly had it. 39.44. Ashley Fox puts her into 2nd place, splitting the Neal brothers. So we spoke about her earlier. We spoke about Moonzapper's ability to go quick. We've seen him pacing up and down the long side of the arena here in the break. Alexandra Wexler Snow up next on number 27, Moonzapper. Can they hunt down that time of Sean Neal's and Bokotov Kiss-and-Tell of 39.11? Naturally quick is Moonzapper. She'll just need to keep it tight and leave the fences up, and she's in with a good shot at the win here today. Backs up in the double well. Clear over 6. Not wasting any time here on the way back to 9B. Oh, not the ride she would have liked off that turn. But let's watch the time here. 39.86. So it shows us Sean was really moving. Would have been good enough to go into 3rd place.
Definitely name of the game is to stay rolling from the start.
Stuart Barker up next, birthday boy. He brings in iFarmer Davenport Radiant. Team I Farmer. Oh, he takes a short approach to number 1.
Ooh, that was nifty.
Very nifty. Super tight through the turn here to 2. Come on, Stuart. We have a birthday win here on the cards.
Come on, Stuart.
Keep moving. Forward and open at 6. Needs to keep it tight back here to 9B. Leaves it up. Come on, quick to the last now.
Come on, Stuart. Keep moving. Leave it up.
Yay! 38
Into the lead.
Birthday boy, take a bow. Stuart Barker, I Farmer Davenport Radiant into the lead in a scintillating time of 38.18.
He looked like he meant business from the start. He took a little nifty turn there at number 1, kept the hammer down all the way. You said he wanted a birthday ribbon. I think he's done that.
Well, at the moment, with just 3 left to go, he can finish no worse than 4th. I doubt they'll be able to pump him off the podium here today. So
all the boys looking like they putting their hands up to be counted. We've got Stuart, Sean.
Ashley in there.
Oh, sorry.
In 3rd.
My apologies.
Winner of our previous Brick and Clay 120 championship, Thomas van Rekevorsel up next. He brings in Kalaho's Shahrukh Khan. He knows how to go quick. Can he leave them up? Means business, leaning forward round the turn to 2.
Thomas can be really slick through the turns. That's where I often think that he wins.
Oh, that was
like
quick.
There.
That was quick.
He's already started turning.
You called it.
He's got to leave these up now. 2 to go. I think he's a fraction up on Stuart. Let's see what he's got. He'd want a good shot here. Leaves it up. He's going to gallop the last. It's a good shot. Oh, magnificent riding.
36.72 takes up 2 seconds off Stuart Barker's time. Good enough to go into the lead. Every time we think that the cream of the crop always rises to the top, us oldies know how to ride. Well, these youngsters come in and give us a riding lesson.
He is an amazing,
wasn't he?
Amazing young man that he's so relaxed about his craft and how he goes about things. It always looks like he's going a million miles an hour, but he's so calculating in his brain. And I must say, sitting up here, we've got the best seats in the house. Magnificent riding, Thomas.
The last rider from Team Neil. Can she make her way back onto a podium? Bump brother-in-law Sean Neil off 3rd place. She's quick. 1, 2. Oh, it's gone down.
Unfortunately, that was a really good turn, though.
So Stuart Barker can finish no worse than 3rd today on his birthday.
On the podium for your birthday. Congratulations, Stuart.
Lara's still in the hunt for the minor placings.
I really like this horse.
Love
This horse suits Lara down to the ground.
Clear over the last. Comes home in a time of 39.74 with the 4 faults.
So last horse left to go in this one, the 334 Sport Horse 130 Championship. Mr. George Perbrick. Kalaho Conchavella is the last horse to go to see if he can upset the apple cart and bump Thomas van Rekevorsel out of top spot. Time to beat 36.72. Or if he'd like to get onto the podium, he needs to go quicker than 39.11 and clear.
Like you say, most importantly, needs to leave them up. At the moment, just the 6 double clears. With Ronnie Healy and Oxa van der Boerthoven sitting in 6th place.
George just making sure that he's getting up to the right canter.
I've just seen it now though, Brendan. Stuart turned tight to number 1 because that right hand, and he's had it down. Stuart made that short turn because look how close the
timing is
on the right.
That was clever riding from Stuart and well deserved. It's put him into 2nd place on the podium today. Thomas van Rekevorsel taking top honours.
2 from 2.
2 from 2. Amazing riding from that young man. I'm going to see if I can grab him for another little interview and see if he can explain what goes on in his head before these classes. I'm sure that the viewers at home would like to hear from our current South African champion and how he structures himself.
39.27. Good enough to put him into 8th place, top 10 finish to round out your year, Georgie. Big pat for Conchavilla, Callo Conchavilla.
But let's go top 3 on the podium. So far we've got Thomas van Reykevorsel, Stuart Barker and Sean Neal, all the boys.
Fantastic riding, fantastic class, really, really quick. We hope you enjoyed that, viewers. Wow. The 130 class is always just such a quick class, and I think there's more of the same to come with that 130 Grand Prix up next. While we have a moment here, big thanks to the CMH group, Jeep, Brick and Clay, Motherkind, Zumba Gold, Country Life, Top Bet, Crossover, Table Charm, 334 Live Streaming, Farnham, Back on Track, Western Shop, and then our vendors at the show, One Coffee, Orange Horse, Equestrian Diva, and Paul's Homemade Ice Cream. We're going to give the officials just a minute to tally up those final placings. We'll have that prize giving for you shortly with an interview of Thomas van Reykevorsel by Brendan McNiven. Lovely scenes of our 334 Sport Tour Stud 130 Championship. Thomas van Reykevorsel for the second time today, taking top honours.
Making a habit of winning as he has done in the past, our current South African champion.
Massive congrats to his coach, Dominique Alexander.
Just
one
interesting
of his
there.
biggest supporters.
Yeah, and just chatting about Dominique, he was saying that he would prefer to have done the 7 on his young horse because he thought that he would rather be building rather than setting the horse a difficult task of jumping the double of verticals. Always interesting to get the Springboks opinion.
Lovely to see Stuart Barker taking second place today on his birthday.
Birthday boy. Hey, we'll see him on the podium a little later,
Even
that's
got
for
a
sure.
royal wave up there to the judges box from Stuart. Third place, Sean Neal, Bokatov, Kiss and Tell. Came home clear in a time of 39.11.
Kiss and Tell putting another smile on Shawnee's face.
For Big Tom as well.
Ah, Big Tom, good to see him in the arena there.
We've spoken so often this year of young Ashley Fox being on fine form and really flourishing.
I'm going to stick my neck out and say that was the double clear of the day for me. I thought the way that horse jumped the first round and the second round, absolutely exceptional.
I'm so glad you said that, because I was going to say I'm going to stick my neck out and say that horse by the end of next year is going to be ready for its first bigger Grand Prix.
Yeah,
I think
the way
it's
your
going.
neck is safe.
Gareth Neal, Callagho Chinnigan, a fantastic outing for that young partnership today.
Again, look at him just standing there, so well behaved. Makes a change from some of the feisty, fiery ones that Gareth's had to manage in the past.
He looks safe on top there. As we see Thomas van Reyk also, like we said, for the second time today, taking his helmet off, making his way to the center top spot.
Handshakes all round, all the men.
And for sure he said, well done Oom, and well done Oom.
Absolutely, Thomas, a very respectful gentleman. I've asked him in the past to please not call me Oom. He cannot help it. That's how he is brought up, so I definitely respect that.
You think those men planned that? All helmets under their left arm, looking very spiffy there.
Very suave. I see a big thumbs up from Thomas's whole support team. Granny, mom, dad, everybody here.
Massive shout out to the 334 Sport Horse Stud for the sponsorship of this class. Without these big sponsors involved in the sport, we would have no sport. So again, to all those sponsors that we've just mentioned, huge thank you on behalf of the riders and the spectators here. Viewers, we're gonna cut to a short break, and when we come back, after our grooms on the podium, we're going to have Brendan McNiven interviewing Thomas van Reyk again today for another fantastic win.
Well done to all our fighters, the winning riders, grooms and horses. Final photos are taken and everybody is safely out of the way, and the riders are safely remounted. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's put our hands together for your 1 meter 33 Sport Horse Stud champion, Thomas van Reyk and Callagho.
Still more action to come as we ready ourselves for the next of our championship classes here. We cover one.
Viewers, you join me down here in the warm-up arena with a face that seems very familiar to all of you these days. Our current South African champion, the winner of the 120 champs here at Steyn City, and now the winner of the 334 130 championships, Mr. Thomas van Ryk. Thomas, excellent riding here today. You've had a fantastic day. That horse has sort of been a little bit of a production job for you, and I believe today's his biggest win.
Oh, thanks, Brendan. He was unbelievable today. He's really sensitive, so we've kind of had to go a bit slow and build him up, and then he gets a fright really quickly. So he was a bit funny at Maxwell's, but the whole show he's been unbelievable. He's been really good. He jumped the 120 the first day, and just today he was class. He was so good.
I agree with you. I think that just it's so interesting to hear a person that's as young as yourself be so mature, in the sense that you're happy to put your horses up and down the grades. You allow your sensitive horse to jump in the 120s and then go up. I do believe that that's testament to why your horses jump as well as they do, and why they are as competitive as they are. And just touching on that, you're such a calm chap by nature. You're so relaxed by nature. But when that bell goes, there's something that lights inside you that I don't think many people understand. That will to win, it's incredible. Is it a big part of your riding?
Oh, sometimes I need to, like if I go in the jump off and my horse was a bit funny the first round, I need to go, oh, you need to relax a bit now. Going in there in the jump off is my best. Want to go fast as you can. Yes. I love it. It's yeah.
And you're very, very good at it, to be totally honest with you. Thomas, I've taken up enough of your time. You've still got your 140s tomorrow with Pippa, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm really excited. She was really good. She was fifth the first day, third yesterday, and she's just been feeling amazing. Hopefully I can ride properly tomorrow, and then I think she'll be really good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Thomas has enjoyed an unbelievable run of form as of late. Our current adult South African champion, and proving his worth here at Steyn City. He's had an amazing run up on his 140 horses, and he's now the 120 and the 130 champion. Thomas, congratulations, young man. Go and enjoy the festivities.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Brendan.
Well, people called me Mr.
Kentari is the head boy in my Stallion barn. The way he presents himself, his mannerism, as well as the talent that he shows in the arena. Kentari is a very well-defined stallion. He's a specimen to look at. He's a very good breeding stallion in the progeny that he already has in the ground. He shows immense care, technique, and then he oozes with scope as well. There's nothing to fault in this beautiful stallion, and to me he's the cover boy of our stallion group. What defines Brandon is his character. His character is a fighter, his willingness to please, and then he has the talent on top of that. He's got his care, scope, and the ability to achieve anything in this world. His character defines who he is, and I'm sure that will go forward until his foal's over. In my opinion, Bellabeto is the definition of a breeding stallion. Every morning he walks out the barn and he neighs and notifies the whole yard that he is out and he is there. His presence is felt in the arena, in the yard, and everywhere he goes. He lets everyone know who he is and what he is. And he shows his talents in the arena with his care, his technique, and most of all his scope. His presence is also felt and seen in his foals, what he is given through. We are very excited about who he is and what he's going to be breeding. And as I said, in my opinion, he is the definition of a breeding stallion. Akwe is very intelligent and he has a strong mind. This has been very helpful in the training. He's always been a horse that's grasped everything really well and understands the work that he has to do. His confidence in himself, I'm sure, will also show in his progeny. And also we can see what it does in the ring.
It's true, I'm in love, freaking out 'cause I can't get enough. Would you stay then, keep playing right by my side, so I can hold you, you can hold me all night. I had to hit the road for more than 1,000,000 miles, more than 1,000,000 times, just to find you. Yeah, I was chasing highs and more than a million nights, more than a million times, but you've just turned me inside out. Inside out. More than a million times, but you've just turned me inside out.
You'd fall in love with this place. Indefinitely. Instantly. You'd be hidden in Eden. Elegant lavishness. Your grand days belong here. You'd greet the day with a tune of tranquility. Forever. Immediately. You'd be lost in the beauty of nature's treasure. You'd be in a joyful playland, overflowing with leafy companions, and happily live next to the bustling world. You'd indulge in all your heart's desires. You'd please the naked eye at every turn. Endlessly. Instantaneously. You'd be absorbed in luxury of pure artistry. If you lived here, you'd love the way you live.
Right, viewers, that's our last class of the day here at Steyn City, Saturday afternoon. This is the Equicover 130 Bronze Grand Prix Tour. Just to sort of give you a little bit of background information on this course. Most of the course is pitched at 130 with 4 jumps pitched at 135. So this is a little bit of a step up from the last Grand Prix that we watched. The Bronze Tour also aligns with the Silver and the Gold Tour, which is going to be happening tomorrow, the finals. They are going to be over a 135/140 course, which is the Silver Tour. And then the Gold Tour is 140/145. Really exciting show jumping that's going to be in store for tomorrow. But up next, as I've mentioned, the 130 Bronze Grand Prix Tour, sponsored by Equicover. Big thanks to all our sponsors here this afternoon. I'm delighted to be joined in co-commentary by Mr. James Lowe, who's just jumped in the last class and is my chiropractor and many other people's chiropractor around Kyalami. James, thanks for joining us.
Hi Brent, thanks for having me. Just stepping in for Aisling this afternoon.
Wow, this horse has got an expressive jump. So I think just having a little look around this course, when I walked it, I wasn't really sure if Brett was going to be chasing the riders for time. How did you feel in the last class? Did you feel like the time was tight?
Brent, so you know, on the grey horse of mine, he's gets into a nice rhythm, so he can be a little bit slow at times. So I did have to make one of the inside turns.
Okay.
But I think the time was really fair. You know, if you have a good canter and you're on the right pace, it's easily doable.
Cool. Absolutely. So just seeing there the C element of the triple combination falling. It's the first of the 135 verticals on this track. And then here you see Nicole jumping.
Really good jump there over number 8.
Yeah, he does have an exceptional shape, this horse, I must say. This is another 135 Oxer, a big test at the end of the course. No problems for Belmonte. Now this last line. Super 9 strides to the last.
Yes, when I walked it on 40 strides, so definite 9 there, and
Sure.
she rode it really beautifully.
I think that Jeep jump, as I'm sure you felt in the last class, definitely takes some jumping. That white board underneath there really distracting for the horses.
A lot of horses have looked at it over the show, and actually on the first day, my black horse in the 135 class came around the corner and 3 strides out decided that he wasn't going to jump it. So I've had my fun at it this week.
You've had your fair share of the Jeep jump.
But I think the horses have gotten used to it now over the few rounds that they've had, and they're all starting to jump it really well.
Sure. I think that's just part of being a rider, you know, not allowing the first round to dictate the whole rest of the show. If your horse was nervous over one jump, doesn't mean he's going to be nervous for the entire show. We've got to keep on building.
Exactly.
Number 2 up next, this is Callao Loretto. Greg Scott brings in one of his favorite rides. Just chatting to Greg when we were walking the course, he said Camaro, the horse that he rode in the last class, is such a joy to ride. I think this horse is quite high on Greg's list of winners. He really does just put in a massive effort every single weekend. He really does things in his own way, but wants to leave them up.
Yeah, a bit deep jumping into the treble there, but got out well, and then
stayed organized.
Stayed organized, exactly. Coming here now to number 8, which is quite a good size Oxer.
Again, just right next to the side of the arena where all the spectators are, can also be quite distracting. Steyn City has a very grand clubhouse that we're sitting underneath. A light rub there at the Motherkind Oxer, but leaves it up. Time allowed 86 seconds. Greg's going to be well within that time allowed. Leaves it up.
The last.
And they play the music. Try not ride into the car, Greg.
Is that our first clear?
First clear round. Time looking like it's not really going to be a problem. I feel like this arena is a test enough because of the shape and the stature of it and the nature of the jumps that I don't think Brett needs to feel like he's got to chase the riders for time.
No, definitely. I was actually speaking about the arena shape yesterday. With the warm-up being in the arena, it becomes more of a square.
Sure.
And that does, when you start to ride off the short sides, it does make it a little bit difficult. And then with some of the spookier jumps, number 2 there, the brick jump
comes quick.
Protaska jumping it well. And then a couple of the other funny jumps, and obviously the Farnham panels there, which I think we'll see in the jump off.
Absolutely, those are really scary panels. So number 3 on track here, this is Shanley Marshall. She brings in the fabulous Callagho for Tasca. She pricks her ears and gets the job done.
Yeah, really patient 9 around that corner there. Jumping out the treble, they run a little bit, and then I think with the short turn to a long run up, it kind of sets you up there nicely for a nice patient 9.
I think it's a very good descriptive word, being patient. I think as you jump, as you mentioned, the horses run out the treble, and you really have to be disciplined to get them underneath themselves. Definitely one of the tests that Brett has set for the riders here this afternoon.
Yeah, and 6 is quite a nice square rock, so not too wide, but you certainly want to be nice and straight for it, so you don't want to be falling in on the inside.
Wow, for Tasca looking like she's full of the joys here this afternoon.
Jumping really well. Good jump over there. And then
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rolls down. For Tasca's not going to be waiting. She's going to be a speedy one in the jump off, that's for sure. Clear round, Shanley Marshall, Callagho for Tasca.
Yeah, easy 8 there. But she was just on the inside and rode it really well.
It's sort of a little bit plan B, I suppose. Maybe she was planning that if the mare jumped the vertical a little level, that it would be a 9. But if the horse jumps it and sort of pulls you down, you rather than fiddle too much, keep going on the 8.
Yeah, exactly. And for Tasca's, she's quite reactive on the mouth, so the last thing you want to be doing is being too hard on her.
Sure.
Just letting her run down.
Absolutely.
With a bit of space is the right option.
Keeping her comfortable, name of the game. Oopsie.
Unfortunate stop there at 1.
Yeah, strange that again. I've seen a few horses get distracted by the space behind number 1 there. This is Afrizan's Callagho Conde Rebel, Katja Riccardi.
Came and jumped it there. Yeah, definitely a bit of tension just over number 1 there. You could see obviously something behind number 1 that was bothering the horse there.
Oh, whoops.
You can just hear the jacket exploding there.
New safety vest. It's fantastic that show jumpers have finally realized that we are definitely not made of steel and that we do break. And definitely safety becoming a huge aspect in our sport. We are able to acquire these safety jackets and zip-up jackets that can protect us and our bodies so that we can hopefully live to fight another day. I know none of us are getting any younger, that's for sure.
No, and I can tell you, as you guys were speaking earlier, unfortunately we don't bounce like we used to anymore.
Definitely not. Definitely we splatter. So I think safety, just again, I think lots of the people that ride these days are parents. They've got kids at home. You want to watch your children grow up. You don't want to have unnecessary, silly injuries, especially when you have the opportunity to put on a safety vest or have safety stirrups or whatever it is. I think back in the day it was never available, where now it definitely has become almost fashionable, I would say.
Very much so. You look at all the top European riders and American riders, majority of them are now in the safety vest.
I totally agree with you.
And as you say, making it very fashionable for the younger riders, and I think it's fantastic.
Almost making it cool, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Just coming from a bit of a medical background, it's definitely making a huge difference in terms of the patients that I'm seeing, in terms of the falls that we've seen.
Literally from the horse's mouth. You see the backs after they've had the safety vests on, and I'm sure
making a big difference, definitely.
Absolutely. So on track here, number 5, this is Elmo van den Hoek Z, Rochelle Kluk.
A fairly new horse for Rochelle. Did a good job there. Shortened him up quite nicely and then jumped well through the treble.
This horse looks like it just jumps these jumps for fun. Rochelle really piecing together a really impressive string of horses.
Yeah, he certainly looks like a lot of horse, but she does a good job.
Yeah, for sure.
She's not a very tall lady, so she makes it a bit more challenging. But she does a super job, and good jump there over number 8.
For sure, I think Rochelle also takes care of her body. She's always in the gym. This is actually her jump. Oopsie. Not the ride that she would have wanted to the Motherkind jump, but the Motherkind product, definitely something that's seen more often in the stores in South Africa. Fantastic products for the public. Another one that just rolls down there on 8,
Yeah.
definitely suiting that horse.
Yeah, lots of step that horse. Unfortunate, just a bit deep there to the Motherkind jump, but actually a good round.
So for sure, some good school fees there for Rochelle and Elmo van den Hoekzee. Definitely a horse that we'll be keeping an eye on in the 2025 season.
Next up, we have Capital Coretta with Lauren Pretorius.
It's a very interesting combination this, I must say. She's done all the hard work with this horse, getting it off the auction, and I think this would probably be this horse's biggest test to date.
Definitely. Lauren's, produced a few of the horses off Capital over the last few years. She does a great job, so it's going to be exciting to watch this horse jump around now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this has definitely been one that's caught my attention. Obviously, she's got Capital Cashmere with that exceptional back end that definitely catches everyone's attention. But this horse looks like she's a little easier to manage than Cash is. And definitely, when you're trying to wagon horses around these technical courses, it's definitely easier to ride the ones that let you in.
Yes. Cashmere, as you say, is really expressive there. Just almost looking a little bit to the next jump.
Yeah, a little green there.
Yeah, but then jumped the Oxer well. Good ride here. Yeah, lovely jump in there. Cashmere, as you say, fantastic back end, but a little hot and a bit fiery. This horse a little bit more conventional. Good jump there. Cantering to the double of verticals. Talk craft jump.
Just this mare's ears are pricked. She's got her head on the job there. Being inexperienced, it's amazing to see her just step up the grades with such ease.
Yeah, she's got a great expression on her face, and you can see she wants to do the job.
Yeah.
There's nothing quite like a good mare that wants to jump for you.
Yeah, for sure.
I was speaking too soon. Lovely round here. Just unfortunate that that first...
Yeah, a little soft fence quite early in the course, huh?
Just at the last, a little pull a bit late, but lovely round and a exciting horse for the future.
Yeah, for sure. I think Lauren will be really thrilled with that mare. I want to say she started this year in the meters or the 110s, so to be finishing off jumping around a strong bronze tour the way she just has there, for sure. Exciting times for Lauren for the future. So it looks like we've got Taryn Allnut up next. She brings in her spicy chestnut Dubliner.
Just going through a course there. Last little run through the course.
She's such a lovely young lady, this I must say. Just watching her right from being a little tot on her ponies to whipping around these bigger classes here. Amazing to see the system in place.
Yes, and she trains under Lorette. Law's done a fantastic job with her. Law's always been a really good junior coach and producer of good junior riders. And Taryn's just another example of that.
I think she does a really good job on slightly unorthodox horses. This horse can be a little inverted sometimes. She gives him good space. And her other chestnut horse, Cairo, I'm not sure would be everybody's cup of tea, as fiery as he is, but Taryn really with a mature head on her shoulders.
She jumped a lovely round in the previous class. I think she said to me she hit the last, unfortunately.
Yeah.
She was very happy with the round, and so far having a lovely round here.
Yeah, and I must say, always got a smile on her face, always looking at the lighter side of life.
Yeah.
Good ride.
I rode that double of verticals really well. You know, it's double of verticals like that. You just want to try and jump each one individually, not think of it as too much of a combination jump. And Taryn did a superb job there.
Two from home.
How are we looking for time here? Should be good.
Yep, time allowed 86. She's got 10 seconds to get home. Oh, a little deep.
Yeah, horse did a good job there.
5, 6, 7, 8. The 9 stride suiting Dubliner, and she's clear.
Lovely round.
That makes it 3 in the jump off so far. We've got Callagho for Tasca, Callagho, Loreto, and now Dubliner with Taryn Allnut. Quick jump off so far. Shanley, Greg, and Taryn all know how to win these classes.
So this being a Grand Prix, are they going to go in kind of reverse order?
I think reverse order and top 25% or all the clears.
Okay.
Your maths will definitely be better at mine with your medical degree. You can work out how many we're going to be taking through.
Next up we have iFarmer Callo Conrado with Stuart Barker. It's Stuart's birthday today, so...
Hey, on the podium for his birthday, he must
Yes.
have been chuffed at that. Yeah, I saw him walking the course. He looked like he was very much enjoying his day here at Steyn City. I think as long as Stuart's riding his horses, he's happy. It's all he wants to do in life.
This horse was under Ray Corber for a while, I think towards the end of last year, maybe a little bit beginning of this year, and with some quite good success.
It was an interesting concept for me, you know, just chatting to Stuart and to Ray about that, you know, that they were looking for a schoolmaster for Stuart and were really struggling to find one that would suit him, and then sort of got to the idea or thought, why don't they make their own schoolmaster, in the sense that they gave this horse to one of the masters in South African show jumping, Mr. Ray Corber, and he put some good 145, 150 mileage on this horse, so that Stuart could see that the horse can do it, and the horse could believe that he could do it, and then Stuart got back on and has sort of now taken up the reins and regained another fantastic partnership with this horse, and it looks like it's really working, to be honest with you.
Definitely, and having a lovely round here, and you know, Stuart I think has had some good shows, the last few shows, and some good rounds.
Leaves that up.
Yeah, jumped through the treble, exceptional as well, so just added one off the turn there. But
wow, this
good
horse
jump
is an
there.
athlete, isn't he? Gee whiz, how does he turn himself inside out at the Motherkind Oxer?
Just going back to what you said there, though, Bren, you know, producing a bit of your own schoolmaster is really well thought out concept, because the horse is then in the system.
Yeah, they're here.
And you can keep an eye on it and track it, and you know, be involved with the whole process. Which
Before
is
Stuart was even through the finish, his grooms were punching the air and whistling. Team R Farmer definitely putting their hand up in the jump off here this afternoon. Stuart Barker, R Farmer, Callagho, Conrado making it 4 in the jump off.
super round there.
Yeah, it really looks like it's working, huh?
Yep, and we'll see him in the jump off. He was the fastest of the 4 clears so far, so I think he's going to be quite fast in the jump off.
For sure. I'm going to be keen to see what unfolds in the jump off. Number 10 up next. This is French Diamond HPE. Simon Henry in the saddle.
So Simon's had this horse from a young horse. I've always been a very big fan of it. He's quite spooky, not overly fond of water trays and jumps, but you know, Simon, I think, rides exceptionally well, and she's beautiful to watch. And
for me, we've got to call him like the silent assassin, because on Grand Prix day, let me tell you, that oak just comes out and jumps clear rounds and puts the pressure on people. He's an amazing guy to watch.
Yes.
He really is. He's so smooth. He rides scope into the horses, and all sorts, big, small, cold, hot, whatever you name it. Simon can get good tunes out of them.
Definitely, and lots of space there at that oxer, giving French there a really good opportunity to jump the jump. He's got a few foals. We've got one at our yard at Sellerhof.
Oh, really?
And I think 4-year-old now. It looks lovely. Reads
fantastic.
really great temperaments.
Interesting.
And so, yeah, I think we're going to see some exciting horses by this stallion.
Oh, no.
Just an unfortunate toe out there.
There's so little room for error in these Grand Prix. Unlucky there, Simon.
Yeah, I thought a lovely round.
Yeah, agreed.
Just a bit unfortunate there at the mother can't jump.
So number 11 up next. This is KP Quarter Lemon, Ryan Andrews.
So this is a granddaughter of Limoncello.
And we have a daughter of this horse at home.
This is an exceptional horse. Technique is outstanding. You know, Limoncello herself, as we know, under Ryan, jumped a couple Grand Prix, I think, a few years ago. Unbelievable mare. And Limoncello herself, or Quarter Lemon, here, you know, as I say, fantastic technique and just a really game.
Yeah, she is game.
Mare.
That is a beautiful word to describe this mare. She is game in every way, shape and form. I must say that uphill canter really just helps her balance herself. 9-year-old daughter of quality time.
Just coming back from an injury, so she hasn't been in the ring for a while, but I think got a prize on the first day and has jumped some really good rounds over the show. So,
and obviously
through the treble.
Ryan and Kath out at KP Stud keep turning out these world-class foals for the South African public. I must say I'm always interested to see what they are producing there at KP. Even this year, I was chatting to Ryan earlier. He says they keep on getting better and better. I've got to pop in and have a look at what he's bred this year. He's very proud of his handiwork, and so he should be.
I actually went through to their stud a few months ago and saw some of their last crop. Some really exciting foals there.
Exciting stuff, I must say. A couple proven mares that he's been using, and those mares just keep on producing. It's so exciting. Wow, what a jump over there. Horse doesn't look like she's been out the ring at all. Oh. Easy as you like. Okay, so back up the program we go. This is Principals Bentley with Bridget Carles in the saddle.
Bridget from Dunblane Stud.
I must say it's a beautiful setup that she's got out there.
Yes.
Is it the East Strand?
Yes.
East Strand.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful big Derby arena. I know a lot of people have used it for their prep for Derby over the last few years.
Yeah.
And, Bridget herself jumping a lovely round here. Just unfortunately a little rub there at number 3. A few horses have had that, Bren. I don't know if maybe they just look a little bit at the black oxo or looking across into the Jeep at the back. I don't know.
But they definitely almost get distracted though, because they drop a little hind toe on it.
Yes. Good jump there.
Yeah, it's a fantastic horse, this, I must say. He's gone up the grades with Bridget. He's a 12-year-old now.
Coached by Jason Phillips. Jason and Bridget have been friends for a long time, and Bridget's been a client of Jason's for a long time as well. So, Jace does a really good job.
Yeah, he does a fantastic job, I must say. Fills his riders with confidence. Always super organised. Right, so 8 faults there for Principals Bentley and Bridget.
Next up we have Vanessa Leon on Assegai Contador. So this horse is actually owned by Lexi Clarkson, who's almost, let's say, pro triathlete at this point. Lexi's had a few injury issues and things like that, so she hasn't been riding. Vanessa's been on the horse now. She's been on it for about 2 months, and Contador has jumped up to 135 with Lexi, and he's just a super horse. You know,
Yeah, I
really
must
comes
say.
to the show and switches on. And unfortunate, a little bit deep there, just to one.
Looked a little keen almost.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, Vanessa wouldn't know this horse very well, right?
No, she really has only been on him for about 2 months, and I think it's quite a big step up for her today. And maybe just a little bit keen there, as you said, in the first half. But
I think Vanessa will be reveling in the opportunity of getting around a little 135 bronze tour.
yes, certainly, she's had a bit of bad luck with horses over the last while, and it's really nice to see her cantering around a bit of bigger tracks and jumping really nice rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. Fraction open there, just towing the vertical jumping out, but again we'll just be enjoying being in the ring, getting some mileage at jumping some bigger jumps.
Vanessa coached by Domini, and Contador is at Sellerhof with Domini as well, so he knows the horse really well, and obviously
You would know what it's like riding with Domini. How many years have you trained with Dom for?
we were doing some maths the other day. It must be about 18 years now.
Jeez.
Yeah, I started
Incredible.
riding with Dom when I was about 14.
Wow.
And then been at Sellerhof since I was about 15 years old.
Gee whiz. You were wet behind the ears and now you're a doctor. All at Sellerhof. Isn't that amazing? So 16 penalties there for Assegai Contador and Vanessa Lyon. Again, though, just some valuable mileaged rounds that we can get under the belt at the end of this year, setting us up for next year.
I don't think Vanessa will be too upset with that.
No, I agree with you.
It was a nice round. That's show jumping for you. You know, unfortunately, sometimes you can just have a rail.
Yeah, absolutely. So number 14 up next. This is Nova Zana Strauss, Forever Delarock Z. And the man of the moment, Mr. Steyn City himself, Mr. Johan Lotter.
So Johan was extremely fast yesterday in the two-phase competition on this horse, taking the win. We'll see now. I'm sure just a very controlled, clear round is on the
cards.
On the cards now, and then in the jump off, I'm sure we'll see the speed demon that he is.
I must say there's a concept that's new to me in the sport, and that's show jumping at your own show. It's something that I've been trying to balance this year, being lucky enough to hold a few shows at our new venue, and trying to show jump and concentrate and run a show is really something that's pretty difficult to juggle. And I must say, I take my hats off to Johan. He's put on an absolutely world-class event here. It looks an absolute picture. I think everybody's been thrilled to be here. I've heard that lots of people even coming tomorrow. What a fantastic way to spend a Sunday here at Steyn City. But you know, obviously everybody's got the pressure on him to make the place look good and organize and run well and all that type of thing. And in between all of that, he still has to try and keep the jumps up and remember the course. So good on him for doing it as well as he has been this weekend.
Yeah, and as you said, world-class show, and every show that Steyn City holds is always a great show to be involved with.
Absolutely.
And as you say, Johan does a fantastic job, and obviously the riding as well, jumping a beautiful, beautiful round here.
Easy, 8 to the last.
And clear.
In the jump off.
Yeah, super.
Here we go. We got the Steyn City crowd sitting just in front of us here. A big clap from them. They're going to be cheering their boy home in the jump off. His wife Jo giving a little dance. Looks like the gin and tonics have been flowing here at Steyn City this afternoon. Everyone looking quite jovial.
And as you mentioned earlier, Bren, you being at Commission now, running your own shows and at your own venue, and you've been enjoying that so far this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is definitely harder than I expected. You know, like when you're trying to keep everybody happy, it's a full-time job, and then still trying to focus on your horses and give of your best. It's definitely something that I'm planning on getting much better at next year because I've got big plans.
Exciting. Wish you the best for next year.
Thanks. Speaking of big plans, next up, 16. Hannah Gerber brings in her new horse. This is Freedom.
Yeah, again, the horse almost just looking at that oxa, I think, and just, kind of forgetting about the vertical.
I think when we walked it didn't look like it was going to be tough to jump. But interesting that obviously the placement of where it is definitely proving to be technical.
Yeah, definitely for me the jump that's fallen the most in the track so far. So yeah, quite interesting. But Hannah doing a good job, getting his attention back there. Super through the double of verticals there.
Definitely a new partnership for her, and as new partnerships go with horses, you have to work out bitting and you have to work out all sorts of different little ins and outs to make the whole round feel smooth. And under the watchful eye of Barry and Lorette, I'm sure that Hannah and Freedom are well on their way to really understanding one another. Oh man, unfortunate there to have that little fence down, because what a nice round.
Lovely round. I think Hannah will be very chuffed with that, but as you say, really unfortunate. Almost deserved to clear there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so weird how in our sport, it's only considered good enough if you've left all the jumps up. But sometimes you can have a soft fence at a jump and still feel like the horse and you have really come on.
Definitely. I think there's so many things that we look for when we jump around, and not everything is going to be 100% perfect.
Sure.
And you always just got to take away the positives from every round you jump. And,
yeah.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but
as the great Ronnie Healy says, that you learn to win from losing.
Yeah.
And in our sport, as in golf and in all these really technical sports, it's how you, I suppose, look at the technical aspect that you can improve rather than look at all the negatives.
Yeah, I think the negatives can kind of, you can dwell on them and then forget about all the good stuff that happened in a round, and it's really important to focus on those types of things.
Sure.
So here we have Jackie Cochran on Izzy Miyake. So this horse jumped at Maxwell's 2 weeks ago. I think she jumped it in a 140, maybe her first 140.
Okay.
Jumped super in the indoor. Quite a fiery.
Suits Jackie down to the ground. She
Very
likes
much
these
so.
little rubber balls.
Again, jumps in a very classical fashion, super technique.
Jackie just using her voice through there, realizing that she'd picked a positive distance in, just making sure that Izzy Miyake understands that he needs to hold his body.
Yeah, lovely through the double verticals. I have to say, everyone's really ridden that well.
I agree with you. I thought that maybe just on that little turn back there, it was going to be tough. I must say, in the last class, I did think the Jeep 6 on the curve there to the double verticals with the plank underneath it was quite a big ask.
Oh, lucky there. She just added at the last minute, but
she
got
did
away with
realize
it.
that she'd sort of pulled the trigger early and then quickly try to reset what she'd asked the horse to do.
Yeah, the previous class of the Jeep was 6 strides on long to short distance on the dog's leg was really difficult.
Yeah, it was difficult.
And it showed up quite a few horses, unfortunately. Dominic actually said to me to do the 7. He watched Jono on his horse Kazan do the 7s, kind of stayed a bit left and added to be a bit more balanced.
Sure.
I attempted to do that, but as I landed, the 6 was there and unfortunately got away with it. But
Plan B.
Yeah, but that was quite a difficult line in the previous class, but the horse is jumping it really well in this class.
So Jackie Cochran and Izzy Miyake making it 7 clears. We've got 5 horses left to come. 15 horses have started. Clear round percentage of 46%. Number 18 up next. This is Back on Track, Calaho Loki and Sabrina Babaglia.
Horse that Sabrina's had for quite some time. I think had a few injuries over the years as well, so it's nice to see her back and Loki back as well. Just unfortunate there. Again, kind of looking behind the jump, I think a few horses have been caught by that at number 1. Jumps 3 well and good ride to 4 there.
He does have a super technique, this horse. Loki, a name that's quite a favourite in Sabrina's life. Isn't her dog's name Loki as well, I believe?
It is.
She's got a horse and a dog named Loki. The god of mischief.
Yes. Got lucky there, quite a big rub, but rolled back into the cups.
But I mean, the horse is still locked on and jumped.
Yes.
I think, I definitely think that giving the horses opportunity to see that plank has definitely been easier in this class than the last.
Good positive ride out the turn. Some horses can get a bit stuck on that kind of hairpin turn.
Very much so.
And as I said,
Kills your momentum.
again, just a little bit the shape of the arena can sometimes do that to you. But Sabrina picking up a really good distance and being committed to it.
Easy 8, big effort at the Jeep Oxer.
Yeah, unfortunate 4 there, just at number 1.
Look, I suppose at the end of the year, if you have number 1 down in the championship class, you have a schooling round, and your mindset sort of shifts to a little December break and then getting back in the ring for the President's Cup and Easter Show next year.
Yeah, Sabrina will definitely be happy with that round, and as you say, ending on a really good note and kind of go into the new year, I think, with a good plan for 2025.
All right, so 19 up next. This is Van Laren Elito, owned by the Van Laren Stunt, ridden this afternoon by Simon Henry.
So this mare out of a mare by Brandenburg Colbert. That
You can see it, right?
Yes.
Don't you think that this horse looks like a
very
bit
much
like
so,
Colbert?
very
Yeah.
much so. Colbert jumping, top level under Paul Hart, and I think Vanessa Dufay also had a go.
Yeah.
Lovely
Vanessa
horse.
West these days. I think
Sorry,
she's now married.
Vanessa West.
Don't know. I always do that. I can never remember the girls' new names. It's terrible.
Again, just watching Simon. If anyone kind of wants to watch somebody ride, he's the man to do really good lower leg position, really calm in the saddle.
It's quite funny because, he rides with Dominique Alexander out of Sellerhoff Stables, and when I was riding at Dominique there, Simon was often called the favourite, much to his disgust. He didn't want to be the favourite, but just I think by the nature that he rode, Dominique would often say, okay, Simon, you go and show everyone else how I'd like it ridden, please.
Simon's always first up, and Simon is actually also just back on Casper, his horse that he jumped SA Champs on, a lot of World Cups and that as well, owned by Simon Burns. But, watching Simon on Casper is quite impressive, and he is really definitely the favourite. Never really makes a mistake, and Simon riding a lovely round here so far.
Yeah, it really is so smooth. Again, not wanting to put the mockers on him. Let's see what he's got in the jump off, hopefully. Oh, he looked a little deep there on takeoff, unfortunately. Maybe trying to be a little careful, shake of the head there.
I think Simon will probably be a bit irritated with himself there.
Yeah, maybe.
But really good round, and just an unfortunate 4 faults there.
So 2 horses left to come. First of those, number 20. This is Tallulah D and Alison Koch.
Ali had a lovely round yesterday. I got a clear round and a place, I think. And she was also down in Maxwell's. The horse jumped quite well in the indoor there as well.
She's been giving it a go this year, Ali. She's been busy, let me tell you. She's been getting going and getting some proper mileage. I think just feeling out Tallulah.
I know Ali was previously with Tracy Khan, and now she's at her own place, so she looks after her own horses and that now. And if I'm not mistaken, riding with Ray.
Okay, I hear so as well, yes.
Yeah, again, I think the horse looking over that vertical and kind of not paying attention to that number 3.
Yeah, maybe again a little distracted, whatever it may be.
I know this horse is quite tricky. Ali says that she's a bit funny to get on, so she's got a certain method that she.
Oh, I know all about those. I know all about those. It's all about staying safe.
Exactly.
At this stage of the game.
So it's some of these horses are a bit funny, and they're a bit different, but
often
lovely mare.
Often the good ones are quirky.
Yes.
You can see Ali's also got one of the safety jackets on. She is a mother of 2, so definitely wanting to keep herself ready to look after her 2 little ones.
It's an unfortunate rub there. To say the Mother Khan jump has also claimed a few victims.
But I think just you were mentioning it, as the turn back, it sort of kills your momentum
Yes.
at the end of the course. Been a long year.
Yeah, an unfortunate rub at the last, but Ali
lazy.
seems very happy.
Lazy rail at the end there, shame.
Yeah, good year for Ali. I think she's
Agreed.
made big progression in
Huge
where,
inroads. I agree with you.
and she's going to have a great year next year, and I think she's probably looking very forward to it.
So last horse in this, the Bronze Grand Prix Tour, sponsored by Equicover this afternoon. This is the back on track entry, Habibi S. This horse owned by Linda Ellerine and ridden as always by Gregory Scott.
So 7 clears so far. I'm sure Greg would like to add to that.
Greg being one of those at this stage. Greg's in he's in 4th place at this stage with Callao Loretto. Remember that we will be going on reverse order of merit for our jump off.
Sure, jump 1 and 2 really well. Also quite tricky, a bit mouthy. You know, Greg does a fantastic job, you know, ignoring that and just letting the horse jump.
Another one.
Again, number 3 got another victim.
I definitely didn't notice that when I walked this course. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things that you can think about. You know, looking over the jump, coming away from the in-gate there. Horses maybe stuck back a bit.
So many variables.
Yeah, there's a few things that you can factor in, but definitely has caused a few problems in this class.
More issues than I thought, for sure. So 3 left to go for Greg.
Jumped that well.
Your big extravagant jump, amazing, right?
Yeah, you know, when the horses are a little bit down in front and a little bit longer in the neck, they obviously jump really well behind, as you can see with this horse.
Yes.
But that does lend to just maybe rubbing one out in the front.
Sure.
But
Having to stay really organized.
Yeah, but Greg, I'm sure will be really happy with that round. It was super, just an unfortunate rail at number 3 again.
Right, so that brings to an end the first round of this, the Equicover 130 Bronze Grand Prix Tour. I think what we're going to be doing is just crunching some numbers and making sure that we've got our right horses in the right order there. I think what we're going to do is wait for Brett Weber to ready the course, make sure that we've got our ducks in a row here for this jump off, and please don't go away. Join us shortly for the Equicover 130 Bronze Grand Prix Tour.
It is a well-researched fact that a mare contributes 60 to 70% of the attributes of the foal. It has also been noted that it takes generations of breeding to exceptional, proven stallions to breed a Grand Prix horse if one starts with an average mare. Therefore, at 334, we breed from an unrivaled group of selected performance-tested mares that have competed at Grand Prix and World Cup level. Our minimum criteria is that a mare must have at least been successful at 1.40 m level. By doing so, we significantly improve our chances of producing a horse of at least the quality of the dam. We improve our chances of producing a sound horse, as the dam needed to be sound to compete at the highest level. And lastly, we have the luxury of mating the mare with a stallion that complements her conformation and her performance traits, which would have been impossible had we not seen the mare compete. By meticulous attention to detail of the breeding, growth and development of our future champions, under the watchful eye of our world-class team, I am sure we can provide you with a horse to fulfill your show jumping dreams and aspirations.
Viewers, thanks so much for joining us. This is the last round of today, Saturday at Steyn City. This is the Equicover 130 Bronze Tour Grand Prix jump-off. It's going to be over jumps 11, 13, 3, 4, 5A, 5B, 6, 7B, and 8. Really exciting jump-off sets. Just want to have a quick shout-out to all our sponsors. Without any of these sponsors, these shows don't happen. So big thanks to Jeep, Brick and Clay, Motherkind, Uzumba Gold, Country Life, Top Bet, Crossover, and Table Charm. Then the 334 live streaming. Thanks so much to Farnham and Back on Track for sorting out the groom's prizes. Then big thanks to the Western Shop for all their input. And to our vendors here, One Coffee, Orange Horse, Equestrian Diva, and Paul's Homemade Ice Cream. Big thanks to everybody there for jumping on board at this Steyn City show. And here we go. This is the jump-off of the Equicover 130 Bronze Grand Prix Tour. Jackie Cochran, Issey Miyake going to kick us off in the jump-off. 7 horses in this jump-off.
So starting over the Jeep jump, kind of turning back on yourself to 13, which is a new jump. It's the Farnham planks. And then we're probably expecting to turn inside 6, the Shamaru Oxa there, 3, 4 to 4, 5 AB.
And then we're going to count how many they do there.
Yeah.
maybe 8 or 9. Let's see how Jackie goes.
Jackie looks like she's on a good pace here.
This is the Farnham plank. This is the new jump.
Yeah, good up jump there. Nice turn.
You can see that you're trained by Dominic Alexander. Dominic is all about the up jump at the verticals, making sure that the horses have got their hocks underneath them, that they realize they need to push a little bit more. Whoop, by a little long, it comes off, count.
Easy 8 there.
Easy 8.
Yeah, inside the North Rand Animal Clinic jump, across.
Keep going, Jackie. This is going to be quick if she leaves this up. She changed her mind. It comes
Good
off.
round.
Time 44, 1, 2, and clear for Issey Miyake and Jackie Cochran. I think a little bit of scoreboard pressure. I think maybe there's going to be 1 or 2 that could go quicker, but they're going to have to move it.
Yeah, certainly. It's always good to get that out the way and have a really good, fast round, and it certainly does put pressure on all the riders to come. I think Jackie would be very happy with that. Maybe she could have had 1 less to the last, but, you know, always better to be a bit careful.
Yeah, and she left it up, which is the name of the game.
And, yeah, we see Taryn Allnut go now on Dubliner. Taryn is quite fast and has had some good prizes over the last few months, so we should...
Dublin also likes to go as fast, so let's see. Obviously, got to leave them up because Jackie is clear. Taryn would have jumped the Farnham jump often at Farnham.
Yeah, maybe a little wider there than Jackie, but super smooth.
Stays moving. Jackie left one out here. She was quick. Good ride from Taryn.
Yeah, Taryn maybe a little bit more on the inside there, so it'll be interesting to see.
Elects for the 9 and has it down.
Yeah, shame. I think she actually was on the 8 and then almost just bulged a little bit. And unfortunately just had that and then kind of too much on the angle there and touched the upright. But yeah, good round. 44-8-0.
See, again, though, just a bit of scoreboard pressure. You know, everybody knows they have to go out and beat Jackie now. You got to be quick and leave them up. Unfortunately, there are just 2 fences along the way for Taryn and Dubliner.
Next up, we have Cash Lotta. I'm sure you'll be looking forward to getting a prize here this afternoon.
Oh, he must be licking his lips. Licking his lips. Home ground advantage. I'm not sure if it's so home ground advantage. Maybe a little bit of home ground pressure that he could be feeling here this afternoon, but Johan revels in these opportunities to get going. He loves going fast. He knows this horse well.
Yeah, been a long-time partner of Johan, and I think, you know, Johan has actually been injured. He hurt his hand, fractured his hand recently, so he hasn't been riding too much. I know he's only been back a month or so. So, yeah, but I don't think he needs much practice.
And just speaking of long-term partners, this horse owned by Nova Zonastral. It's great to see Pordy and Lynn up here from Cape Town. I can actually see Lynn from where I'm sitting, just watching her team go here, her horse and rider. I mean, Lynn and Pordy have been partners of Johan since Rondemar days, when Johan went overseas to jump the World Equestrian Games. I mean, it goes almost as far back as Forest Marshall, I dare to say, which was, I think, before lots of you were born, to be honest with you. But fantastic partners of Johan have been Zonastral and Pordy and Lynn Roand. De La Rock looking quite relaxed as he flicks his toes, wandering around his home arena. Let's see what he's got in store here.
They just had to replace one of the upright flags there. Obviously just broke off. So that's why we had to wait a little bit, but Johan's getting going now. Coming off the right rein here to get a bit of an angle across the jeep jump.
Wow, what a jump. Nips inside. Smooth as you like.
Expect good turn back here.
He needs to leave this bogey one up. Now turn. Oopsie.
A bit of a slip there.
Yeah, having a little stumble. Johan just keeping his eye on the prize, holding his body position. Easy on the 8. This horse has huge step. Nips inside. He's 2 from home. The crowd willing him home. Time to beat. 44.12. He leaves it up.
Yeah.
Cash Lotta into first place. 43.45. Yeah, crowd goes wild, and such a charismatic man is Johan. He's got lots of friends around the place. People love to see him do well. Lynn punching the air there, looking like she's enjoying her Saturday afternoon show jumping.
Super round there by Johan. First one to go inside 5A there. I expect to see 1 or 2 more do that now that they've seen it being done.
Look, it shows you how quick Jackie was. He didn't beat her by much. 43.45 place, 44.12.
Yeah, about 7/10 of a second there.
Yeah,
so,
amazing, huh?
Yeah, she was really quick. Just ground speed was really quick.
Yeah, agreed. I suppose Johan did have a little stumble along the way, which may have slowed him down a touch.
Yeah, Greg opting to go around 5A.
So Greg's got Callao Loretto up next. This horse has just put Greg on the podium time and time again this year. Just naturally goes quick, gets back on the ground so easily.
A super turn back there. Just smooth again. I think that's what you want to watch in the jump offs, you know, is just really smooth.
Absolutely.
And Greg's master at just letting the horse do its thing.
Absolutely. Staying rolling underneath him.
Good turn there.
That was a really good turn to
Probably
this vertical.
the best turn we've seen there. 39 coming to the last.
Is he going to pip Johan? I think Johan's safe for now.
Yeah.
44.68, good enough for third at this stage for Greg Scott. Callao Loretto putting him on the podium where he's become so accustomed. But for sure, it's definitely not over. We have 3 left to come, and they are 3 real speedy ones. Callao for Tasca, Shanley Marshall up next. She knows how to go quick. For Tasca likes to go fast.
And as we saw in the first round, Brent, she took out strides in some of the other distances. So expect
really
to see
easily.
that. Yeah, expect
agreed.
to see that here now. Interesting, all coming off the left except for Johan, and he managed to get inside there. Shan also opting to go around.
Fortesca is like a real rubber ball, just always asking about her next job.
Shan also just back riding after having a young little boy.
Yeah,
Griffin.
Great to see her back up there. Didn't take her very long to get back up there, let me tell you.
No, I think she was fortunate that she had Simon ticking the horses over while she was on maternity leave.
Yeah, for sure, just allowing her to step back up to these bigger classes with such ease.
Yeah, I think, this horse, quite a hot horse, it gets a little bit difficult to run along there. Sometimes you feel like you need to add an extra one here and there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But really good round.
Yeah,
I think
solid riding.
will be very happy with that.
Absolutely double clear time, 46.27 for Callagho, for Tasker, Shanley, Marshall. Good enough for 4th place at this stage, just off the podium. We've got 2 horses left to go. Birthday Boy, Stuart Barker, I Farmer, Callagho, Conrado is up next. He's been on the podium once today. I'm sure
Can he
he
make
would,
it number 2?
He would like nothing more. He's noticed that Johan came off the other side. He's no fool as Stuart. He definitely hasn't come here to make up the numbers.
And also inside. It's
inside. He's coming to rattle Johan's cage a bit.
A really good tight turn back there and good pickup. Oh,
wow.
What? Sure.
Wow,
Scope of
what
the horse
an
there.
effort.
You want to settle down here for the double. And then see if we can do the 8.
5, 6, 7, 8. Gee, he is absolutely flying. If he leaves these 2 up, I think he's got Johan.
Yeah, it's going to be
Time
tight.
to beat 43.45. I think he's got him. 41.38. Stuart Barker, take a bow on your birthday. Unbelievable riding to beat Johan by nearly 2 seconds. Outstanding riding. Wow, unbelievable shot there of Stuart and Conrado. Massive effort at the last there.
Yeah, super round there, and I think again going back to that schoolmaster, you can just trust a little bit of what's come before you, and the horse showing a super scope there over number 4. And
he really did. He put a huge effort in there, didn't he? And I must say, I think just to Ray Corber for what he's done for Stuart and how he's teed him up. I think I know that Stuart will be forever grateful, but it's definitely something that we've all noticed. The team effort that they've got going on there at our farmer is really amazing, I must say.
Yep.
So last to go in this class, number 11. This is KP Quarter Lemon, Ryan Andrews.
Going to take a good round here to beat Stuart's time, but Quarter Lemon is really quick.
She is speedy, isn't she?
Yeah. Good ride there, sure. Makes the 4 easy.
Wow, they're getting quicker and quicker. Ryan's got his foot down.
Keep going. Good ride.
Beautiful shot there. This horse just backs up so easily. Keep going on the 8. Huge effort. Wants to turn back here.
A little bit slow on that turn back, but let's see.
But he's quick there. Stuart's time, 41.38.
Into second.
Good enough for second place. Ryan Andrews, beautiful riding. KP Quarter Lemon showing her class here this afternoon. Unbelievable riding, 42.76. Good enough for second place at this stage. Sure, James, what a class.
Very exciting jump off, Brent. Very, very exciting jump off. I actually picked Johan there for the win, but Stuart rode exceptionally well and took the win there, so congrats to him. And a beautiful round by Ryan there as well to pick up second, and Johan coming in third.
What a class, what a class. And so interesting, we had all the men, boys, whatever we want to call them in the last class.
Again.
And now we've got all the men, let's call it that in the last class of the day. The Equicover 130 Bronze Grand Prix Tour. What an absolute stormer of a jump off. Stuart Barker coming home there in 41.38, a blistering round. Everything worked for him today on his birthday. It was definitely meant to be.
Yeah, and I mean, Brent, if you just look at that, the top 6, all double clears, just shows quality of the horses that we've had and the quality of the riding.
Absolutely. Fantastic class here this afternoon.
Really exciting jump off there, and a huge congrats to Stuart, and a nice birthday present, I think.
Nice birthday present for him. I think Ryan Andrews will be over the moon with his mare, KP Quarter Lemon. She again really showed her class here. She's coming back from an injury. Fantastic to see him on the podium. And then again, just a man who we speak so much about, Johan Lotter, for what he's done here this weekend, putting on this world-class show. Congratulations to you, sir, for your 3rd place on Nova's Honest Forever Delarock Z. Yeah, what an absolute treat of show jumping here this afternoon. They left nothing out there. Sure, everybody really galloped for their prize money.
Yeah, and Jackie coming in fourth there, and I think she'll be really happy to end the year off on that horse really nicely, and Greg as well, and Shanley also, you know, coming back and getting a nice prize in a really good competitive class.
Yeah, really competitive class, absolutely. I must say that these championship classes just keep getting better and better. I thought the 120s was amazing, 130s amazing. Now we've got the Bronze Tour going even quicker. It just sets everything up for tomorrow. I think that the Silver Tour and the Bronze Tour championships tomorrow are going to be absolutely fantastic. I know where I'm going to be. I'm definitely going to be in the pound seat here, getting the best view in the house, watching. I'm sure everybody at home is going to be enjoying the aircon. It's been quite warm here at Steyn City here this weekend, but fantastic that you guys get to enjoy this show, jumping from the comforts of your home. But I must say, to feel the atmosphere here at Steyn City has been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and as you say, looking forward to a really exciting day tomorrow, Brent. I think there's going to be some really good show jumping. You know, lots of exciting horses coming up tomorrow. And if today's anything to go by, tomorrow is going to be really a good day out. So absolutely. Hopefully lots of people tune in and watch some really good show jumping.
For sure. I think if you're in the area, in the Gauteng area or the Kyalami area tomorrow, Steyn City is definitely where it's going to be at. But if you don't feel like leaving the comforts of your home, please tune in to EquiLive. We will be live tomorrow, I believe, from about 9 o'clock, bringing you all the coverage from tomorrow's stacked card. But we're definitely not done for today. We are still going to start the podium and the festivities. I see Betsy and her team hard at work down there, setting everything up. It really has been a world-class event this weekend, and it does take an army of people to make these events take place. So to Betsy and Rieta and her whole team, big congratulations and huge thank you to you guys and for all that you guys do. I know it's long hours, early mornings and late nights, but I must say when the events are run as smoothly as they have done the last 2 days, it definitely makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah, certainly. Betsy and Rieta do a fantastic job. You know, Rieta's so approachable. She's always happy to help you, you know, and you know, sometimes you make mistakes and things like that in terms of your nominations.
Yes,
and that.
She's incredibly accommodating.
She's very accommodating, and you know, it's just it's great to be at their shows.
Agreed.
You know, and they do a fantastic job. And as you mentioned earlier, Johan and Steyn City, just you know, preparing the arena with Mon Collins and
it's a full team effort, absolutely. And here we have the scenes of the prize winners here in the Equi Cover 130 Bronze Grand Prix Tour. Yeah. Stuart Barker, the birthday boy, takes his hat off to receive his first prize on the fabulous iFarmer Callagho Conrado, sorry. Look at him there with his ears forward. He knows he's done well. He put in an absolutely mammoth effort over number 4, that Steyn City Oxer. He was a foot and a half off that. The horse just picked up and jumped. Unbelievable riding there by Stuart. Ryan Andrews and his very special mare, KP Quarterlemon, second place. And Mr. Cash Lotta rounding off our podium there. Novas on Astrals forever. Delarock Z had a fantastic year under Johan. Jackie Cochran there in 4th place. Issey Miyake went off first, set a really good pace. Just everybody seemed to sort of watch her around and get quicker and quicker. It is one of the difficult parts of going first. And Greg Scott, Callagho Loreto in 5th place there. Loreto just an unbelievable clear round machine. I'd love to see that horse's stats because they must be amazing. Shanley Marshall rounding out our top 6 with Callagho for Tasca. Great to see her back in the prizes after doing her mom duties.
The gentlemen are just dismounting there to come onto the podium. Yeah, so really nice winners blankets there for the first 3 and sashes. And obviously also a whole lot of prizes sponsored and some grooms prizes as well. So
absolutely big thanks to Crossover. Cross Cover. Stuart Barker will be thrilled to put his foot on that top spot. Fantastic scenes here. The birthday boy, Stuart Barker, taking top honors here this afternoon. Fantastic riding. Callagho Conrado showing his Absolute class. Ryan Andrews, Johan Lotter. That's a really experienced podium, I'll call it.
It's a nice way of putting it, Brent.
Couple grey hairs going on that podium there. We won't talk too much about that. Stuart Barker looking proud as punch, standing up there, and so he should be. What a fantastic class to win.
Very special prize for the winner, courtesy of the Zumba Gold. It's on behalf of the Zumba Gold going forward to congratulate Stuart and award him his silver Kruger Rand.
Wow, isn't that amazing? Stuart Barker receiving a silver Kruger Rand there from Uzumba Gold. What an amazing prize here. Big thanks to all these incredible sponsors who have come on board to make this such a world-class event. Congratulations, Steyn City and Johan Lotter and your whole team. Cross Cover Equine Insurance for sponsoring this 130 class.
So very well done to these three gentlemen, and once they are safely remounted, we're going to
Nice birthday present there for Stuart, and us silver Kruger Rand.
Yeah, fantastic sponsored prize there. I think Stuart's going to cherish that quite nicely.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Riders just mounting again, and I think we're just going to award the first three grooms their prizes. You know, these guys put in a lot of work behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's become a bit of a thing here in South Africa, and I'm really enjoying it, to be honest with you. I think that the looks on the grooms' faces says it all. The moment that they get to get a little bit their moment to shine.
Yeah, you know, these guys they spend every day with the horses,
Yeah.
and I know I can't do much without my guys that help me, and
you can just see Stuart in the background giving a huge round of applause to the grooms. He understands that none of this happens without them. Congratulations, gentlemen. Fantastic scenes here. Big thanks to Cross Cover Equine Insurance for sponsoring this class.
It's wonderful to celebrate our grooms here at Steyn City Equestrian.
Fantastic scenes here. Big thanks to all the sponsors involved.
So very well done to all our prize winners, the riders, the horses and the grooms. As soon as the final photos have been taken, as soon as our sponsors, photographers, and everyone else of course are safely out the way, then ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the Equine Cup 1m30 Grand Prix winners.
You can see Ray Corber in his blue shirt there going over to shake his pupil's hand. Ray has been instrumental in getting Stuart to where he needs to be, but today, Stuart, is your day. Lead them off on their lap of honor on your birthday. Congratulations, sir. First place, iFarmer Calaho Conrado, Stuart Barker. Second place, KP Cortelemon, Ryan Andrews. Third place, Nova Zonastral, Forever Delarock Z, Johan Lotter. Fourth place, Issy Miyake, Jackie Cochran. Fifth place, Calaho Loretto, Gregory Scott. And sixth place, Calaho for Tasca, Shanley Marshall. Fantastic riding here this afternoon. I think what I'm going to try and do is shoot off and try and grab Stuart for a little interview. I'd love to hear where his head's at after such a fantastic day. James, thank you very much for joining us. It's been great having your insights. Have you enjoyed it?
Thanks, Brent. Yeah, it's been a good afternoon. I suppose my debut in the booth. But yeah, really great class to watch and commentate on, and thanks for having me, and yeah, I look forward to tomorrow and a good day out.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. It's going to be a good day out. Viewers, thanks very much for joining us, but please don't go anywhere. I'm going to quickly go nab Stuart before he gets off and goes and has a few glasses of champagne. So thank you very much for joining us, but stick around. There's going to be an interview with Stuart Barker up next. Well, I've been speaking a lot about him today, and I finally managed to catch up with Stuart Barker, the birthday boy. He's had an unbelievable day. Stuart, congratulations! You were second in the 130s, and now to come out top of the pops in this class. What a day on your birthday! How does it feel?
Yeah, I couldn't have wished for anything better. Radiance, my older mare in the first class, she can be on and off, and today she was just on and on and on. It was absolutely fantastic. And then look, he's a clear round machine. Yeah. We call him Fred. That's Callao Conrado, and I knew that coming in here, he's in good form. I could get clear. But I mean, in a jump off, anything can happen. Absolutely. And after I saw Jackie go in the first on the first round in the jump off, I thought that's insane. How can we beat that? And he came to the party fantastically.
You beat it easily, I must tell you, by a good few seconds. I think the relationship that you have with this horse has grown and grown. You had a beautiful round in the ranch with him, and it looks like you guys are trusting one another. I've spoken a bit about it to the viewers, just how that your coach Ray Corber has been instrumental in getting you to where you are. I'm sure that you hold him in such a high regard, but it really was amazing how that this horse went up the grades with Ray and then went back with you. It was an incredible plan. Congratulations to you guys and your team for pulling such an amazing feat off.
Yeah, thank you. It really started with us looking for a schoolmaster for me, and we were challenged. We couldn't find a schoolmaster that had done the 150s, maybe getting a little bit old. And then it was actually Jean who spotted Conrado for on the market. Yes. And I tried him and I said, but I have a problem. He's not a 150 horse, and that's what I wanted. Yes. So Ray said, well, give him to me. I said, Ray, we got a deal. You take him for a year. And to be honest, nobody knew he was going to do the 150s. Nobody knew he was going to do the Derby. Honestly, that was blown our expectations anyway. Yes. And then I took him back because that was always the plan. He was with Ray for a year. And then I took him back, and he's a bit of a different ride. As you can see, his technique is not conventional. Yes. He's not a massive horse, but does he know where his feet are? Yeah, unbelievable. So I started him in the 120s, then the 130s, just to really get that faith, because he's not as adjustable as my other horses. Sure. I didn't feel it, but listen, I'm an amateur, so I don't ride that many horses. And it's just come that I've learned to ride him on a nice forward stride, and he jumps clear and clear. Unbelievable, really, he is.
That's amazing, and I think it's a fantastic partnership that you guys have got with it together. I can feel the passion that comes out of you. I'm sure your team can feel the passion that comes out of you. So congratulations. I'm not going to take up any of your time. Please go and enjoy the rest of your birthday. Unbelievable day.
Okay, thank you, and thanks very much to all the sponsors today. It was absolutely fantastic, and thanks, Johan, for putting on such a really awesome show.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more, guys. Join us again tomorrow. It's going to be a stacked day. Steyn City is where it's at. Join us then.
Well, people called me Mr.
Kentari is the head boy in my Stallion barn. The way he presents himself, his mannerism, as well as the talent that he shows in the arena. Kentari is a very well-defined stallion. He's a specimen to look at. He's a very good breeding stallion in the progeny that he already has in the ground. He shows immense care, technique, and then he oozes with scope as well. There's nothing to fault in this beautiful stallion, and to me he's the cover boy of our stallion group. What defines Brandon is his character. His character is a fighter, his willingness to please, and then he has the talent on top of that. He's got his care, scope, and the ability to achieve anything in this world. His character defines who he is, and I'm sure that will go forward until his foal's over. In my opinion, Balabetto is the definition of a breeding stallion. Every morning he walks out the barn and he neighs and notifies the whole yard that he is out and he is there. His presence is felt in the arena, in the yard, and everywhere he goes. He lets everyone know who he is and what he is. And he shows his talents in the arena with his care, his technique, and most of all his scope. His presence is also felt and seen in his foals, what he is given through. We are very excited about who he is and what he's going to be breeding. And as I said, in my opinion, he is the definition of a breeding stallion. The Queer is very intelligent and he has a strong mind. This has been very helpful in the training He's always been a horse that's grasped everything really well and understands the work that he has to do. His confidence in himself, I'm sure, will also show in his progeny, and also we can see what it does in the ring.
It's true, I'm in love, freaking out 'cause I can't get enough. Would you stay then, keep playing right by my side, so I can hold you, you can hold me all night. I had to hit the road for more than a million miles, more than a million times, just to find you. Yeah, I was chasing highs and more than a million nights, more than a million times, but you've just turned me inside out. Inside out. More than a million times, but you've just turned me inside out. Well, people called me Mr.
Kentari is the head boy in my Stallion barn. The way he presents himself, his mannerism, as well as the talent that he shows in the arena. Kentari is a very well-defined stallion. He's a specimen to look at. He's a very good breeding stallion in the progeny that he already has in the ground. He shows immense care, technique, and then he oozes with scope as well. There's nothing to fault in this beautiful stallion, and to me he's the cover boy of our stallion group. What defines Brandon is his character. His character is a fighter, his willingness to please, and then he has the talent on top of that. He's got his care, scope, and the ability to achieve anything in this world. His character defines who he is, and I'm sure that will go forward until his foal's over. In my opinion, Balabetto is a definition of a breeding stallion. Every morning he walks out the barn and he neighs and notifies the whole yard that he is out and he is there. His presence is felt in the arena, in the yard, and everywhere he goes. He lets everyone know who he is and what he is. And he shows his talents in the arena with his care, his technique, and most of all his scope. His presence is also felt and seen in his foals, what he is given through. We are very excited about who he is and what he's going to be breeding. And as I said, in my opinion, he is the definition of a breeding stallion. Akwe is very intelligent and he has a strong mind. This has been very helpful in the training. He's always been a horse that's grasped everything really well and understands the work that he has to do. His confidence in himself, I'm sure, will also show in his progeny, and also we can see what it does in the ring.
It's true, I'm in love, freaking out 'cause I can't get enough. Would you stay then, keep playing right by my side, so I can hold you, you can hold me all night. I had to hit the road for more than a million miles, more than a million times, just to find you. Yeah, I was chasing highs and more than a million nights, more than a million times, but you've just turned me inside out. Inside out.
you'd fall in love with this place. Indefinitely. Instantly. You'd be hidden in Eden. Elegant lavishness. Your grand days belong here. You'd greet the day with a tune of tranquility. Forever. Immediately. Lost in the beauty of nature's treasure. You'd be in a joy-filled playland, overflowing with leafy companions, and happily live next to the bustling world. You'd indulge in all your heart's desires. You'd please the naked eye at every turn. Endlessly. Instantaneously. You'd be absorbed in luxury of pure artistry. If you lived here, you'd love the way you live.
Yeah. Bet you're wondering what it is. Bet you're asking how. Come on.
Check this out.
For 50 years, Table Charm has empowered women, families, and communities across the nation by offering exclusive high-quality products in home, health, fashion, beauty, food, baby, and personal care. Table Charm has become a trusted presence in households everywhere. Inspired by the words of Jeremiah 29 verse 11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." We believe that every woman, family, and community deserves the opportunity to thrive. Table Charm Direct is on a mission to bring hope and a brighter future by creating meaningful opportunities for women to build businesses, that offer financial independence and security for their families. Every product shared, every connection made, and every opportunity embraced transforms lives, reflecting our unwavering commitment to prosperity and a secure future. For 5 decades, we've stood by women and families, nurturing dreams and uplifting communities. Join the legacy built on faith and purpose. Visit us online, speak to a business builder, or download the TC Connect app to learn more. Table Tom Direct, for you, for life.